Today, we're diving into some big news out of Liberia. President Joseph Boakai just announced that he's cutting his salary by 40%. Sounds pretty big, right? But what does this really mean for the people of Liberia? And how does it compare to what other African leaders are doing? Let's get into it. So, here's the scoop. President Joseph Boakai just decided to take a 40% pay cut. His salary was around $13,400 a year, and now it's down to $8,000. Why? According to his office, it's a way to show solidarity with the people of Liberia. You see, times are tough. About 1 in 5 Liberians live on less than $2 a day. Boakai wants to set an example for what he calls responsible governance. Now, some folks are praising this move, saying it's a step in the right direction. But others? They're not so sure. After all, the president still has some pretty sweet perks, like daily allowances and medical coverage. So, is this really a sacrifice, or just a PR move? Let's zoom out a bit and see how this stacks up against what other African leaders are doing. For example, Rwanda's President Paul Kagame, he's known for his no-nonsense approach to leadership. His salary is around $85,000 a year, which, compared to other world leaders, is pretty modest. And under his leadership, Rwanda has seen some serious progress in terms of development and stability. Then there's the late President John Magufuli of Tanzania. This guy was all about cutting down on government excess. He slashed not just his own salary, but also the paychecks of other top officials. And he didn't stop there. Magufuli redirected that money into public services like health care and infrastructure, earning a reputation as the bulldozer. People loved him for it. Senegal's former president, Macky Sall, also took a pay cut when he first came into office. Since then, his administration has made some pretty solid investments in things like education and health care. The message here? It's not just about cutting your salary. It's about what you do with the money saved. But of course, not every leader is taking the humble route. Take President Teodoro Obiang of Equatorial Guinea, for instance. He's one of the highest-paid leaders in Africa, and yet a lot of his people are living in poverty. The same goes for President Paul Biya of Cameroon, who's been in power for over 40 years. Despite his hefty salary, many Cameroonians are still struggling to make ends meet. It really makes you think, right? How can a leader justify a huge salary when so many of their people are living in poverty? It's a tough question, and one that more and more people are starting to ask. So, back to President Boakai. Is this salary cut a game changer? It's a good start, for sure. But the real question is, what's he going to do with the money saved? And will this lead to more transparency and better services for the people of Liberia? Only time will tell. What we do know is that actions like these can set an important example. When leaders show they're willing to make personal sacrifices, it can inspire others to do the same. But it's up to us, the people, to hold them accountable and make sure these actions lead to real change. Thanks for sticking with me today. If you found this video thought-provoking, go ahead and hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Boakai's salary cut will make a real difference? Let's chat about it. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay hopeful.